We hope you tuned in with us last week and had some fun. We have more exciting things this morning like stories, craft, puppets, and the professor will be back again. Let's begin with a word of prayer and then we will sing some songs. Dear Lord, thank you for this time together. Thank you that we can come and we can worship you. Thank you for your love and your goodness. And I just pray that you will help us to be listening to you this morning. I pray that you'll teach us something new about who you are. In Jesus' name, amen.
Find all I need. O Lord, whiter than the skies, brighter than the sun. Your love, higher than the heavens, falling like the storm clouds and rain, burning in my heart, lighting up my soul. Your love, your love, Jesus. You guide all my steps, ever by my side, leading me by hand. You are. You light all my paths, shining in the dark, whispering the way. You are. In your heart I find all I need, for your love is what strengthens me. Deeper than the ocean, stronger than the mountains, oh Lord, wider than the skies, brighter than the sun. Your love, higher than the heavens, falling like the storm clouds and rain, burning in my heart, lighting up my soul. Your love, how beautiful is your love, how marvelous is your love. Deeper than the ocean, stronger than the mountains, oh Lord, wider than the skies, brighter than the sun. Your love, higher than the heavens, falling like the storm clouds and rain, burning in my heart, lighting up my soul. Your love, burning in my heart, lighting up my soul. Your love, hear your children sing. Your love.
I hope you enjoyed the songs, and we're going to remember some of the kids who have had birthdays this week. So this week we've had Andrew, Averina and Blaze have all had birthdays. I hope you've had a good day and got some nice presents. So now we're going to look at the memory verse, and I hope you're starting to remember it. It's from Mark 4. Then Jesus said, "Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear." So we're going to try that again. Mark 4 verse 9. Then Jesus said, "Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear."
I have some pictures here of people from different countries. And I'm going to show them to you one at a time, and I wonder if you can guess which country they're from. So here's the first one. What country do you think that person is from? If you guessed China, very well done. Let's try another one. What country do you think this person is from? Have a good look. If you thought somewhere in Africa, yes, you're correct. One of the countries in Africa, Zimbabwe, is where that picture comes from. Let's try another one. What country do you think those people are from? Have a good look. Right. If you guessed Vanuatu, you did very well. That's a country not very far from Australia. Here's another one. See if you can guess where those people come from. What country do they come from? Have a good look. If you guessed India, you did very, very well. And there's one more. This one's probably the hardest, but have a look and see if you can work out what country those people are from. Now, if you thought it's somewhere in South America, that was a very good guess. In fact, they're from the country of Peru in South America. Why am I showing you all those pictures? Well, in Australia, one of the great things about Australia is that we have people from all different countries living in Australia. And we love to have all those people come here and live with us, and we think it's really great. We make them welcome, and we try to treat them the same as everybody else. And that's a little bit like what our story is going to be about today. The Samaritan, he came and he treated someone who had been injured just like you should treat anybody else, whereas some of the other people in the story didn't. God wants us to see everybody as the same value as everybody else. We should treat everybody just the same as we would treat ourselves or anyone that we know. And that's how God wants us to show love towards other people, by treating them just the same way that he treated us.
Hi everyone, today we're going to hear the story of the Good Samaritan. Now many of you might have heard this before and know where it's found, but it's found in the Bible, for those who don't know, in Luke chapter 10 verses 25 to 37. Now we need to use our imagination today, because this guy here is going to be the guy that was hurt, so we're going to lie him down here. This little man here, he's going to be the priest. This little man here, he's going to be the Levite. And these two characters here are going to be the Good Samaritan and his donkey. Let's start the story that Jesus told. There was a man travelling to Jerusalem. He was going along. We have to imagine that this was a really hilly and rough area, no one really around. He was travelling along by himself, and then what happened was some robbers jumped out and attacked him. They really hurt him. They beat him up and they left him for dead. And he probably was really scared and wanted some help and thought, who can help me? So he lay there because he couldn't move. Now along came the priest. He came along, he saw the man on the floor, on the ground, and he walked past very quickly. Off he went. Now the next man who came along was the Levite, and he walked along, he seen, crossed over the other side of the road, and he too left the man there, lying on the road. Now he would have been really scared, afraid, he wouldn't know if those robbers had gone, and he just wanted someone to help him. Now along came the Samaritan with his donkey. He saw him and he looked at him and he wanted to help. He had some first aid supplies, he probably had bandages, some things to clean up this person's wounds, and he took care of him. He got him, he picked him up, he put him on his donkey, and he took him to a local inn. Off they went. At the inn, the man would have gone in his bed. The Samaritan would have said to the innkeeper, I'm going to give you some money now, and can you please take care of this man until he's well again? When I come back this way, I will give you any more money that it costs to take care of him. So he went out of his way to be kind and caring and to help this man that was hurt. I'll show you the picture in the Bible here. There we go. There's a picture of the man helping him. And Jesus told this story because he really wanted us to learn something. He wanted us to know that, you know, we need to be like Jesus and help others that are in need. Maybe people who, maybe at school you don't have, you have lots of friends, and then maybe there's somebody at school that doesn't really have any friends. Now, they might need a special friend. So you might have to go out of your way one day and say, you know what, I'm going to be like Jesus. I'm going to help, I'm going to be a friend to this person who hasn't got any. And that would be really a kind and caring thing to do. And that's what I believe Jesus really wants us to know from this story, that we should help others, even though we don't agree with what they're saying. they maybe look different to us, but Jesus wants us to help them and to love them and maybe go out of our way and help them to do that. Okay, thanks.
Hello kids, welcome back. This is the Professor and I'm going to do an experiment. Now we've been talking about the story of the Good Samaritan where the Samaritan put some band-aids on the man who was helping and helped to fix him up. So I thought I'd do an experiment with band-aids and I wanted to find out which is the strongest band-aid, which one sticks the longest. So I've got 4 band-aids here. I've got Elastipast, I've got Aqua Block, I've got Little Dudes, and I've got ordinary Johnson & Johnson Band-Aid. Now I wonder which one you think is going to be the strongest. Me, I really like the Little Dudes, but we'll find out. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put that over there, all right? And I've got an egg here, and I'm going to take the first Band-Aid, which is the Elastipast one, and I'm going to stick it to an egg, like this. All right, and then I'm going to hold the egg up and see how long it takes for the egg to drop and come unstuck. And I've got a little timer here. All right, I'm going to start it and away we go. And that egg is sticking for a long time. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I don't think that's going to drop for quite a long time. Let's see. Yep, that's going to stick really well. In fact, it's really hard to get that off. So I would say that's a very sticky one. We're going to stop that one. And we're going to try another egg with another Band-Aid. That one was over 30 seconds, which is pretty good. Let's try this one. This is the Aqua Block. Let's see how well the Aqua Block sticks on an egg as well. So there's the Aqua Block, and I'm going to start that one. And that one's pretty strong as well. In fact, that one's probably not quite as strong. I think that one's going to come off in a little bit. Yeah, that one's not as strong. So I don't think the Aqua Block was as strong as the ordinary Johnson & Johnson. So let's put that one. That one sort of didn't last as long. And then I'm going to try the Little Dudes. Now I'm really keen to see what the Little Dudes are like. So here's one of the Little Dudes. Let's stick him on there and let's see how he goes. Well, he's sticking pretty well. In fact, it's not that easy to get him off either. In fact, I think he's almost as strong as the first one, but the first one was actually a little bit stronger. So I'll put that one aside and we'll have one more, and this is the ordinary Johnson & Johnson Band-Aid. Let's see how well this one sticks. And we'll start it. And away we go. That one's pretty sticky as well. And that was pretty hard as well. But you know what? I think the stickiest one was the very first one, which was the Elastipast. That was the stickiest one of all, but they were all pretty strong. None of the eggs fell off. I had to pull them off, so it shows that all the Band-Aids are good, but maybe the Elastipast was the stickiest one. So we've been learning about Band-Aids, we've been learning about helping people and fixing people up when they're injured and sick. And so hopefully, when you get sick, you'll know how to use a Band-Aid as well. Thank you.
A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes and beat him and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down from the same road. When they saw the man, he passed by on the other side.
I'm Emily Jackson with Action News, and I'm here on the road between Jerusalem and Jericho with an on-the-scene report. Excuse me, Mr. Priest, sir.
You can call me Rabbi.
Rabbi?
Rabbi Jacob.
Rabbi Jacob, did you see the wounded man on the side of the road?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us why you didn't stop to help him?
Well, as you know, I am a priest, and if I come in contact with blood, I will be ceremonially unclean and unable to perform my duties as a priest for some time.
I see. So you refuse to serve that man because then you can't serve the people in your church?
I never said I refused to serve him.
But you did.
Technically, yes, but
Doesn't God say we need to serve others?
Yeah, well, he wants us to, but...
Wouldn't God have wanted you to stop and help that man?
Look, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a first aid kit. I have an appointment in Jericho, and besides all that, this is a really dangerous road. I mean, you can get mugged here.
Tell me about it.
How does it feel to know that 2,000 years from now, people will remember you for doing the wrong thing?
The wrong thing? What should I have done?
You should have helped him, stopped his bleeding, taken him to the next town.
I'm sure someone will stop who has the time and the means.
You're right, someone is coming. A Samaritan.
What? A Samaritan? No way. That man over there on the ground is a Jew like me, and Samaritans hate us. He'll probably kick dirt in his face and walk on.
Wrong. He'll do everything I told you to do. He'll bandage his wounds, take him to an inn, and pay for all expenses until the man gets better.
Why would he do that?
Because God wants us to help others, no matter who they are and no matter what it costs us in time and money. Because God wants us to put him first by putting others' needs ahead of our own.
Well, maybe I can do a little something for the guy.
It's too late. I see the Samaritan coming now.
No, really, I have time. I can...
This is Emily Jackson on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho, saying don't be like Rabbi Jacob here.
Hey?
Hi kids, so we come to the last part of our program, which is our craft. I hope you've got all of the bits and pieces printed off ready to go. We've actually got 2 crafts for our Good Samaritan story this week. So the first one is a game. So it'll look a little bit like this. And what you need to do is you just need some pencils to colour it in. And then once you've coloured it in, you can play the game. So you just need some counters and it'll look a little bit like this one. And you can have a go at playing the game, and it's got some go back and go forward spaces that goes through the story again to help you remember what happened in our story today. So see how you go with that one. And then our other craft is a little bit of a lift the flap craft. So you have your paper like this, and you'll just need some pencils, and then you need some scissors and some glue for this craft. So what you do with this one is you've just got to cut out the square, and then colouring all of the pictures, and then where you see the little scissor lines, you've just got to fold and cut along there so that it turns out a little bit like this. So you've got questions like, along came a priest from the temple. Did he stop to help the man? And then you lift down the flap and it says, no, he just walked on by. And it goes through each of the characters in the story until you get to the Good Samaritan, and then it tells you what he did to help the man. So you've got those 2 crafts, see how you go, and I would love to hear how they went. See you next time.